Hey, friends, welcome to Mr. Mark's Classroom, the podcast. Listen, I hope you are really enjoying this on either your computer while you're watching the video or even on iTunes. So be sure to subscribe on iTunes. It's pretty easy. Just get the app, it's free, iTunes, and look for Mr. Mark's Classroom, hit subscribe, and it'll let you know every time there's a new one there. And it's great if you're out walking or you're commuting or you got to drive, something like that. You can listen to it on your way, and maybe you can just get a little bit of training as you go. And if it's something you want to share with other friends, you can do that. Well, I want to share with you today, if at first you don't succeed, the answer is try again, because you've got great ideas. You've got great things that you can do with your teachers, with your kids, and sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes it does. Let me show you something or tell you something that I did. So I saw this really great idea of you get those spin toothbrushes that vibrate. The kids, I don't know, I call them disposable toothbrushes, but they have a battery in them. And you put four of them together with a marker and tape it on, and then it'll like go around and draw. And it's like, man, that's so cool. I love that. It didn't work. It was horrible. And there I was with kindergartners, and they're looking at me like, and one of them even said, "Mr. Mark, it don't work." It's like, yeah, I know. I said, here, you fix it. And it really turned into a great, like a logical thinking, trying to accomplish this or make this work. And we had more fun trying to get it to work than actually seeing it work. And so it wasn't a complete loss, but if you were measuring it by what kind of art did it make, you would have been greatly disappointed because it didn't. It was horrible. And so we found different ways to try to make that work. And I loved seeing them think it through. Well, what if we did this? Or what if we did this? And I had to make them take turns trying to make it work. And it was great. And I even pulled it into our biblical content about how we just keep going and doing when we know that God's leading us to do things, even though we might not understand how it's going to work or what's going to happen. God has a plan for everything, and we need to wait on Him. It might not be the plan we thought it was going to be, but we can hold out and see that happen. So let me just point out to you a couple of areas that sometimes doesn't work. How about teachers meeting? Like you're trying your hardest just to get them to come to a little bit of training, and then they don't come. Does that mean just give up? Don't do it? No, because when you're investing in them and you're pouring into them, they're the ones who have staying power. So even if it's just the few that are coming, you're investing in them, and you're going to hear back from them. I tried that. It was like this, and now we did this. And by the way, in our class we did, and you get to hear feedback. So don't give up. Just keep going. And you know what? Sometimes I've gone and led teachers meeting, and I blew it. It wasn't very good. It turned into a big announcement fest, which led to a gripe fest, and it was gross. And I left like, you're such a loser. And that's not the case. And you can admit when you've blown it. Matter of fact, go ahead and say to your workers, I blew it. I'm so sorry. I really messed up. And this is what I did. And I didn't mean to make this so hard for you. Like maybe I didn't get something out like I said I was going to, or I overlooked something. Say what it is that you mess up. People have a tendency to have grace, and they have respect for people who fess up to their mistakes. It's okay. Admit it. Quit trying to please everybody, because when you're pleasing everybody, you're not gaining respect. You are not. So be very careful. You want to do your best, and then admit, and then realize there are some things that you cannot fix. You can't. And so quit trying, quit letting everything be based on that. So I've had I've had a children's worship leader in the past who just wanted to do their way, and it would be this way, and I would make suggestions. What about this, or what about that? Maybe we could do, and what if we added? And they didn't want that. They didn't want to do it. And if as much as I tried to help, I couldn't. Some things just can't be fixed. And so if you want to provide things and say, hey, this is here now. If you want to use it, I just wanted you to be aware. And maybe if it was their idea, they would do it. Well, there's the chimes. So it's about time to wrap this up. I do want to make sure that I say, if at first you don't succeed, you should try again. There are ways that you can continue to invest. There are ways that you can bring to life some things that are very important. And you need to decide which hills are worth dying on, because you may just need to wait for a later time, and God will open a door and things can be improved. If it's not really bad, if it's not going to be the worst thing in the world, you probably just need to let it go for now, because some things just can't be fixed. But be ready to fess up when you make mistakes, and then know that you can try again. And you know what? I got to throw this in. It's just too important. It might be that someone else could do that better than you, and that will free you. If someone else you could bring in to do it is better than you, it would be so great for them. It'd be great for everybody, including you, to let them do it. It's okay. It's a part about bringing on everybody to build the team. You know what? God fits the church together perfectly. And so when you are allowing other people to express their gifts and to use them to serve the Lord, you are building a strong ministry. Let other people. It's going to be a huge thing. Well, I've got lots of ideas that you can share with your teachers in Classroom Swag. It's a monthly magazine, 20 pages, great articles, and just tons of ideas that you can hand out to all your teachers in your church, or you can even forward it to them, because one subscription is for your whole church. You can check it out at getclassroomswag.com, or you can just click on in the sidebar at Mr. Mark's Classroom. I'm so glad you joined me today, because your life in children's ministry is a gift. So go and make it count.